Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to today's midday meditation. I am thrilled that you are here, joining me live or catching the recording. Whatever works best for you is perfectly wonderful, and I'm thrilled that you're here. Today is a very interesting day. This is the first kind of full day back of the first getting back to business kind of usual week of the new year. So happy new year if I haven't said that to you yet. And I hope that your holiday season, however you celebrated, was wonderful, magical, and filled with all the love that is yours. And now that we are back into this week of routine after a week, that week in between, I celebrate Christmas. So this week between Christmas and New Year's is this week of where time is different, right? Do you never notice that? Time is just different. It's hard to kind of almost keep track of what day of the week it is and where you're supposed to be and when. And this week is like getting back into things, getting back into routine. And, you may have a lot of feelings about that. It might be a feeling of relief, like, whew, finally back into routine. The kids are back at school. Things are just, I'm ready to settle back into normal. But you might be sorry that the holiday season is over. It's such a build up and then whoosh, kind of over in a flash. You might be looking ahead to the next few months of winter, the weather that comes along with that, the cold, etc. Or maybe, you are planning for a getaway and you are counting the days until that happens. And of course, there's that ever popular list of resolutions, the New Year's resolutions. So I am really, really glad that you have joined me here today, because here's the thing. This week when we jump back into routine, when we're busy catching up on what's been happening over the past couple weeks, jumping back into the project so that it doesn't seem like any momentum has been lost. Or, maybe your energy is really, really high and you are ready to jump in. You've set some aggressive goals, some finally getting things done this winter type of goals. And here you are, ready to get back into it, like full steam ahead. Or maybe even, full brakes on, right? Sometimes the end of the holiday season, we look at the long, cold months ahead and feel like, that's it for a while. Now back to the grind. But no matter what it is, no matter kind of where I find you today, we are here. And, before we get caught up in the momentum of whatever it is that's happening in your world, I want you to pause and remember what it is that we do here. And in particular, that is we break the momentum of our day, so that instead of getting swept away or carried away or moving with the flow of all of that that's going on in the world outside of you, you have this point in time where you come back within to your internal guide, your intuition, and your wisdom. And just by virtue of you picking up this live session or the recording, I know that you know how valuable it is when we break that momentum, when we pause and stop the flow of all of the intake so that we can reset. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. So as you settle in here, if if you're not new here, then you probably already found yourself in your comfortable seat. You probably already closed your eyes and taken a few breaths. And we can do that together now as well. We can spend a lot of time. There's no downside to even repeating the process of settling in. and taking a few mindful breaths. Sometimes even as you settle in, you may notice right after a few breaths or a moment or two that you need to resettle. Something has caught your attention, caught your awareness that is speaking to you as a place or an opportunity to make an adjustment. I often talk about this as, as you are releasing all of the extra effort that is normally what's carrying you around all day. Things might, catch your attention that in that progress of releasing extra effort that, show you where you're still holding. So make those adjustments time and time again. And you can continue to do that. This is not a place or time where we need to sit perfectly ramrod still or holding a certain pose or mudra. This is not about any of that. It is about releasing extra effort. It is about finding ease and turning within. So you continue to let it unfold however it makes the most sense for you today. And this is a point in our time together that I normally share a contemplation. And today I'm feeling like, the past couple weeks and certainly all of the New Year hype, you've been offered many, many, many contemplations, things to mull over, things that are still kind of percolating in the back of your mind. So I'm not going to add to that kind of mental clutter today. And if you know me well, you'll know the term stress load that I use. And I am not about adding to your stress load. So instead today, I want to guide you into an internal journey of setting an intention. So we take a few breaths, make a few adjustments to how you're seated, how you're settling, and we tune within. Setting an intention, which is different than a resolution. An intention can act as your guidepost, your guiding light. It can be a word or a phrase that represents what is most needed for your health, wealth, love, perfect self-expression. In essence, you. And so let's together just take a few moments in stillness and a little bit of quiet. That doesn't mean everything around you has to be perfectly quiet. It means kind of letting go of some of that input of all of the senses. We just let our breath be our guide. And instead of all of the sensory input coming from the external, the outer world, we tune into our inner senses. And this process of setting an intention is almost like seeking an intention, listening for what your inner ear is sharing, your inner eye is seeing, your inner being is needing, craving, wanting. So we'll sit here for a little bit of time together. No need to open your eyes and watch the clock. I'll do that for us. Just 60 seconds of stillness, quiet together. And then with the next couple breaths, I want you just to bring your awareness back to your breath. Just notice it moving. Don't be too quick to open the eyes here. Not that much time has passed. We don't want to break the magic, break the spell too quickly here. We want to just come back into the world of the senses, just slowly. Maybe think about that word that came up for you, or if you're still kind of crystallizing that word or phrase, don't, it's not a problem to fix. It's just whatever you happen to notice. And all of that, whatever it is perfectly right. And then a choice for you here. In the next 3 or 4 breaths, you can start to slowly open the eyes, or you can linger here for another few moments, as long as you want, really. Because as I get ready to close out our midday meditation, kind of breaking our time together, visually, audioly, the energy persists, and you can stay here with it for as long as you feel is right for you. Do it slowly. Do it with care, compassion, and love. And with this idea, this intention, this guiding light, throughout your day today, I want you to come back to it. Not incessantly, not clinging on to it, just a little reminder. Let it serve as a reminder. You can even write it down, stick it on your computer, write it in your notebook, just put it in a place where you can kind of see it every once in a while. Whatever it was that came up for you was intended for you. And so, I don't take that lightly. See how that unfolds for you today. And I am thrilled that you joined me here for today's midday meditation. And like I said, this is a very special day in which to kind of pause and take these break the momentum, because it feels the energy, the impulse, the forward moving of the world, the society, the culture is strong today. And you have chosen to do something a little bit different. And for that, I thank you. And before we go, I wanted to let you know that because of how special this season is, this beginning of the new year, I'm offering as well something very special, and I'm calling it your winter glow up, or and a stress reset. And so before we kind of barrel headlong into the new year, and before we kind of let that list of resolutions get on top of us, I think it's important that, if terms like stressed out, or if you ended 2025 with stress as a kind of common theme in your life, we can stop the cycle of that as well by resetting our stress. And it can be easier than you think. And I'd love to guide you and show you how. And so I will post in the notes below this video exactly how you can join me and this community in our winter glow up and stress reset. You can begin as early as today, and we will do this all month, and all of the details will be provided upon your expression of interest. There's a number of components to it, which I'm excited to share, and I'll outline that in the notes below as well. That is not for you to think too hard on right now. You have that intention as your guiding light, and I honor and respect that light and the light that persists and pervades in you always. And so with that, my friends, I wish you a very beautiful day. Namaste.